Within Eastern astrology, there is sidereal Vedic and Vedic astrology, which is the original ancient astrology dating back to the Golden Age. Sidereal astrology, as known in the mainstream media, is a time scale that is based on Earth's rate of rotation measured relative to the fixed stars. A sidereal day represents the time for one rotation about the planet axis relative to the stars. This is based off a globe model of Earth and does not take into the account ancient Vedic scriptures depicting the structure of the universe, the planes of existence of a flat Earth model. Prashant, please clarify the difference between sidereal Vedic astrology and ancient Vedic astrology.
Okay. The term sidereal, which they use in the West now, which you said like they have somehow connected it to the globe model and the precision of the Earth's axis in the globe. That is one way of looking at it. Like that's the way they chose to look at it. Like you can look at it anything in a different way. But the sidereal for real is there, like real. The word real is there. The real thing about it is like it's about actually seeing the stars in the sky as they are. Okay, that's the reality of it. It's whether you use precision or not, it doesn't make any difference. You just like, for example, moon. It goes through 27 nakshatras in 27 days. Every day it goes through one star point. Like this area of the sky. One asterism. It goes through in one day. Moon. Okay. Now, if moon, you see that it is near a star like Betelgeuse, okay, which is in the nakshatra of Ardra. Now, your eyes are looking at the moon and it is right near Betelgeuse, okay, then that means moon is in Ardra. Really, like real, from your real observation, straight observation, okay. So that is the Vedic sidereal, okay. What the stars actually look like for you on the horizon, in the sky, along with the grahas. Where are the grahas? With the moon, it's easy to check because moon is seen and you can see the star next to it. And then you say, okay, it is in the Swati star, it's in Swati. If it's in Adra star, it's in Adra. By actual observation, straight observation. That is the real sidereal Vedic. Okay, that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no the fun and games about the globe or the wobble of the Earth's axis. It's just what you see by your own eyes. And that's what the Vedic goes by, actually. It doesn't, which will change in time. So
And for those that don't understand what the word grahas is, could you please explain what that word means?
the graha is the term for planet. In the West, they call it planet, like Sun, Moon, Jupiter, all of these. In Vedic, they call it graha, the Caesar. Like something which it takes control of you. Like whenever it comes in its period, like you are
So the
acting as per
translation
yeah,
is the Caesar.
the Caesar, yeah. So that is the Vedic
Okay.
term for it, which is better than planet, because if Earth is the plane, the Earth is the planet, Earth is the plane, then these are grahas. They're not the same as Earth. They are different from Earth.
And when you
Yeah,
mentioned real from
yeah.
sidereal,
Yeah.
does the side mean anything?
I mean, side just means the perspective, wherever you're watching it from, the real from wherever you are, on Earth, different positions of that's all, like, that's because if you're in different parts of Earth, even the rising ascendant will be different, what you will see,
Okay.
rising in the eastern horizon, which is your ascendant, the rising sign, that will be different. So, yeah.
So just to confirm,
Yeah.
in Vedic, there is no
Yeah.
difference between sidereal and Vedic astrology. They're all one, and their scriptures clearly
Yeah.
show the earth being a plane as well as several other planes of existence.
Coexistence, yes, yes. how you can get to the same mathematics from a geocentric model as well, because the Jyotish, Vedic astrology, is using a geocentric model to calculate the grahas, which sign they are in, or which nakshatra, which part of the sky they are in, which matches with that eye visual observation, basically. So you can always check it, like, astronomically yourself with your eye, like, so that there is no, discrepancy in it at all, basically, so.
Another very common argument that we get from the Western astrological community is the fact that their model is based off the precession of the equinox and of
Yeah.
the seasons. So in
Yeah.
astronomical understandings, the precession of the equinoxes refer to the gradual shift in the orientation of the Earth's rotational axis, causing the positions of the equinoxes to move westward along the ecliptic over a cycle of approximately 26,000 years.
Yes.
This phenomenon affects the timing of the seasons and the position of the stars in the sky. My question is, what is the precession of the equinox in your understanding? It is known that you say the precession is real, but not an astronomical wobble. It's known that you say it's a spiritual cycle of light and consciousness. So I would love for you to elaborate on this, please.
Okay. Now it's very simple. Let's keep it very simple. Like there can be only two things. Either the earth is rotating, okay, or the sky is rotating. One of the two things are rotating. Okay. Now, according to Vedic thing, the sky is rotating, not the earth. So the whole celestial bodies are rotating. That's why you get the whole rising and falling of the sky, the stars, like from, the signs are moving from the east to west. There's a whole movement along the ecliptic, So that's basically now how the stars are rotating also has this axis. There'll be an axis to it, a central axis, which right now is aligned with the pole star. It's the pole, the axis, But according to the Vedic, that this axis is also rotating. The rotational axis of the stars rotating is also rotating. And that is the 25,900-year-old cycle, that cycle. Okay. So there's a cycle which you see the stars moving in the sky. They are rotating like that. And that's there. But there's another rotation of the axis as well. It's not Earth's axis. It's the axis of the star rotation, which is changing in that much time.
So that central axis that's in the center of the plane that rotates all of the stars, are you saying that this also shifts every 20?
This shifts like a round, like a cylinder.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, the cylinder.
Oh.
Just a cylinder, that's all. So the pole star keeps on changing. We have a current star, the pole star, which is the pole star, through which we decide what is north, 51 degrees, or 40 degrees, or 30 degrees. Whenever you say north 50 degrees right now, in our map, Earth map, that means wherever you're standing at that place, the pole star is 50 degrees from you. If you make an angle to the pole star, that is 50 degrees north.
Yeah.
So this is the pole star, and you're looking at it from here, then that angle is 50 degrees. That means you're at 50 degrees north. If it is 30 degrees, you're at 30 degrees north. If you're at 17 degrees, you're 17 degrees north. And if it's 0 degrees, you are at the equator, basically. That is the precession. It's nothing to do with the Earth's axis. Okay? It's to do the axis around which the stars turn. That's not a physical axis. You can only imagine that. It's a line. Just think of it as a line, celestial line along which all this movement is happening. So you can call it earthly precession or celestial precession. I'll call it celestial precession. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Does that have any sort of implication on spirituality or light consciousness or anything?
It has a thing connected to the yogas, but not to the seasons. It has nothing to do with the seasons. They try to connect it to seasons. There are no seasons connected with this. Because, it's a 25,900 years cycle. So it's a huge thing. It's like a yoga cycle, basically. In Vedic, it's called a yoga cycle, one yoga. 4 yogs within that cycle. So it is to do with what the energy is like on Earth at different times. And, energy of science, for example, like right now, Aquarius is taking hold on Earth more because it has become the rising sign at a certain time. So that is that thing. The new year of right now is in Aquarius. So that's where this is the age of Aquarius is started, because the age of Pisces was there. So Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, it'll move like that. So 2,000 years for each, two something thousand years for each sign, and some period. So you come down to same 25,900 years, sort of, same. So that's what it is changing, basically.
When this shifts, does it affect weather at all?
Weather can be affected with much longer cycles as well. It's not just this cycle which affects weather. Okay, like there are different other cycles which, like, they are longer cycles. So there's the year of the gods and the night of the gods and the year of Brahma and night of Brahma. Like there are a lot of changes within that. Depends on what level you want to see it from, because time spans become larger and larger, from 25,000 years to 500,000 years to 1 billion years. It's like the time scales are gonna go bigger and bigger the higher the perspective. So there are longer cycles than this one, but for human time span, this is a huge number of years to deal with first and comprehend and understand. And
There's a lot of people in the community that think that these weather events is in part to do with the poles shifting. And so I was curious if that was
the
connected.
pole is not shifting. No, the pole is firmly in pole star. Nothing is shifting. It's exactly right on it right now. There's
I
nothing
never
like that
thought that
happening.
it shifted in the way that they thought that it did. Yeah.
No, nothing is shifting like that. Only thing which is the age is shifting from Pisces to Aquarius. That's all what's happening. That's the shift. And end of Kali Yuga, that is another shift, which is coinciding with it. So both those gears are matching right now. So end of Kali Yuga and beginning of age of Aquarius, they are sort of coinciding right now. Let's just say coinciding.
Sidereal argues that the nakshatras started in Kritika and not Ashwini. Can you please clarify this narrative?
Okay. Nakshatras have a lot of different, it's because they're circular, right? They're circular. You can start any point, actually. And you can say like Uttara Phalguna is the axis. Okay, it's the axial point along with Uttara Bhadra. That's where the axis is. The celestial axis.
The axis.
Celestial axis. Let's start from Uttara Phalguna. We can start from anywhere. I mean, there is a way like, okay, Kritika can start something like a fire, the spark, and Bharani is human physical death. So you can use it as a human cycle. Then it starts with Kritika. Do you understand? You can use it as a cycle for the axis. Then it starts with Uttara Phalguni. The Ketu thing, Ashwini, was put there because the way the dasha system is, and how the dashas will be calculated, it just worked with that, in that way, So the thing is like, Ashwini has triple rajas energy.
Triple what?
It's rajasic energy.
Oh, okay.
So that is like creation. Everything is moving, creating everything, creation fully. So there is that thing also. So I mean, that way, if you start going into then you can start from any nakshatra really, the cycle, and it will show something else, some other kaleidoscopic aspect of the universe. So game, like it is like that. So I would even stop labeling 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you start yours, wherever, it doesn't matter, because nothing will matter actually on the calculation level or the dasha level. This numbering doesn't change anything for anything.
But what about in the What about in terms of like the progression? Because I feel like each nakshatra builds upon the last and goes
Yeah,
through.
but the thing happens in what happens in a celestial thing is that everything happens on so many multiple levels and layers. So it's not like one gear system. It's like multiple gear system. You can look at it in any way. You know, all are relevant. All of them will be relevant. It's just how you are looking at it. You know, that's all. And nothing is changing in terms of actual calculations and stuff. Like, okay, so if somebody's moon is in Ashwini, their Mahatasha will start with Ketu. And if somebody's moon is in Kritika, I'll start with Sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes no difference. It's not going to ask you, is Kritika first or is it last? Or is it what? You know, nothing's going to ask you that. In terms of actual practical
Yeah, in
Jyotish.
terms of what
Yeah.
system you're relating it to and how you're looking
It
at
doesn't
it.
matter. Like, so you can have anything. You can start Uttara Falguni as one. Like, I'm just saying anything is fine. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's, yeah, but it'll reveal. I mean, you can line up the nakshatras on top of each other in multiple ways, not a singular way. There's no one
Yeah.
way to do that. Like, you know, I mean, if you want to like complicate it, you can. Like, I mean, there's no that thing. Like, you know, you can have your own perspectives to everything. You know, yeah.
I think just in relation to weather in the northern hemisphere, when the sun goes into Ashwini, that is technically the beginning of spring. So I would see it like weather-wise, it could,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, by the time Kritika, it's already heating up. Like by the
yeah.
time sun, yeah, 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 yeah. It is not the spring, you know. So I mean, yeah. Again, like if you look at it, weather pattern, you can have that also. Like so, there are many ways. Like I said, you can see the thing, and everybody is free to interpret it any which way. You know, let's even if you're not putting the numbers. I mean, I don't see like they're 27, all in that thing. You know, circles. So it's just. You know, wherever you start from. You know, like everybody starts from a different one. Everybody has different moon nakshatra, so they start from a different part of the cycle, anyways, in their life. So
Mm.
for them, that is the number one. For-
Oh, okay. Yeah, if they're looking in
yeah,
terms of
yeah,
dasha cycles.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is the number one for them, wherever they start from.